Do you think this color works for you?
I do. My Italian Armenian skin, honey. Hello.
Interesting.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look like a mail order bride. Mail order bride.
And you know what? The Russians were in the top this week, so I'm happy to be here.
Hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel, and welcome back to The Pit Stop, the show where we recap RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. Today we're on episode 8, and we are joined by an absolute icon all the way live from New York City. Marsha, it's Jan.
Yes! Hey Trixie, what's going on, girl?
Girl, I thought it looks good, but you look like a high-end girlfriend experience courtesan.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to really say I'm from New Jersey with this look, and I think I'm accomplishing that today.
All right, Jan, how are you? How's quarantine life treating you?
I'm good, but it's horrible. I hate it. Wish that I was on the road, like making money, maybe a drag con. But other than that, I can't complain. Having fun with the fans online. I get to talk to everyone from across the countries and the world and stuff like that. So it's good. How are you?
Girl, I'm in a wig talking to a TV. It's nothing new to me. So I know you're a Drag Race super fan, Jan. So tell me what you're thinking of season 13 so far.
I'm honestly really, really loving it so far. I think that the cast is super dynamic. There's a lot of different characters on this season. The drama's great. The talent is great. I'm loving the girls. It's good.
Yeah, it's a really good season, and I love the way they started this season with that really good, get to know everyone moment. Because you know how it is,
Totally.
Day one, we're trying to learn each other's names even,
Right. And it's not even day one, and then you're packing. These girls are also doing all of this during a pandemic. So I'm so happy that it's they got their money's worth. They were in 3 episodes at least. They got to show a bunch of stuff. So I'm super happy for them. And we got to know them and fall in love with them too, which is great.
Yeah, these are the only queer people who had jobs last summer. These are the only employed gays I knew during COVID were the people filming this season right now.
Absolutely.
I have to ask, I don't know if it's in the questions here, but I have to ask, what is your relationship with the Jan meme of you staring like this?
It's merch.
Do you live or you don't live?
I absolutely live and I profit.
I live and I profit. I always say RuPaul taught me the ABCs of drag, always be closing a sale.
Yeah!
Did you know when that happened, it would become such a thing?
No! I was so gagged when I watched it back because all of a sudden, I just got flooded with all of these pictures. The meme, it was crazy. The notifications were off the charts. I could not believe that it was gonna be like that. I was like, I'm sure people will probably think that maybe I should have won, maybe people will be a little upset, but I had no idea it was gonna be like that.
You know why it was so incredible? Because we've all been the Jan in that moment. We've all been like, this is my moment, and then nothing happens, and we're like.
I fully was like, well, I'm going home, so see you soon.
So we made it to episode 8. Episode 8. I'm quitting. We made it to episode 8, and we're officially halfway through this season. Last week, Olivia Luck scored her 2nd win, Miss Jan, but the amazing Lala Ree sashayed away.
Love Lala Ree, but I'm so happy for Olivia. I saw Olivia grow up into the queen that she's, still becoming and showing all of us on TV, so I'm so excited for her.
I'm a stan. At this point, hi, I'm Trixie Mattel, recapping with the pit stop here on Olivia's Drag Race. That's how I feel at this point. So the queens return to the workroom, and some of the dolls, like Rosé and Denali, are getting a little frustrated at being safe week after week. Jan, do you have any thoughts on that?
On being safe, I don't really know how that feeling is, so I don't really have much to say. No, I totally get it. When you're there in that competition, it's just a bubble. You don't have your resources. Everything there is the most heightened version of what it could possibly be. And so when you're safe, you're like, well, I'm not winning, so I'm dying. And so I understand the need to want to propel yourself into the competition.
Yeah, and Rosé a little better than I do. She doesn't seem like the type who likes to be the middle or the second place ever. As somebody who shares the stage with her, could you illuminate that a little more for us?
I will say Rosé is very much a team player when it comes to Stephanie's Child. It's a very collaborative effort, but I know she's a Gemini, sis. She wants to be in the front. She is a star. She has that star quality, and I know that it's just pining at her that she doesn't have a win yet. I know she's absolutely furious.
Yeah, and she's probably like, I'm fine with it, but at night, like, why don't I have a win yet? It's tough this far in. I mean, Denali did have a win early on. So
right.
At least she had something, but it's tough when you see like Olivia getting 2 in a row. And you're like, by the way, did you catch Utica coming for Olivia's edges a little bit?
Absolutely. In the same wig that Candy wore a few weeks ago.
The same wig, Jan.
Gagged me. Gag.
Listen, we've all used a synthetic wig where, let's just say it, the lace is a screen door.
Yes. And because she just didn't cut around the edges.
Yeah.
When you have those edges, like, you have to cut around them, mama.
Especially on TV, girl, come on. Not to mention, like, I don't know how to say this. If Utica's reading your hairline, there might be something wrong with it. And listen, I have had some bad hairlines in my day. Bianca Del Rio will literally comment on a picture of me and go, are you wearing a brown headband? The next day, the queens enter the workroom and Candy Muse is still thinking about Joey J. Jan, do you think these two star-crossed lovers can find a happy ending?
I hope so. I am shipping Joey Muse. What's their couple name? Candy J?
I believe they're in a one-way relationship currently.
I love Candy. She is reaching for the stars. She's reaching for a lot of things this season, but the stars for sure. And I gag. I hope for their happiness.
Also, I have to ask a very brave yet controversial yet brave question. Do you think Tina Burner likes the colors red and yellow?
Thank you so much for your bravery in asking that question.
Vulnerability.
It's really vulnerable. Yeah, yes, it is. And I do think that she likes the colors. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. I'm so happy that Tina wants to have a brand. I think it's so important to have people identify to the brand of yourself. But mama, let's make it pretty. I don't know. And I love Tina so much.
She looks like she lost her drag on the way to Drag Race and swung by the McDonald's and picked up one of every outfit. I need a shift lead, I need a cashier, and a drive-through window outfit, please.
And I want the unisex toy as a purse. Thank you so much.
RuPaul enters and announces that for the Maxi Challenge this week, it's time for a Rusical, specifically social media, the unverified Rusical. Jan, do you live for the Rusicals?
I love the Rusicals. I have parties with the Rusicals. Not this year, of course, but I'm super excited about this challenge because I know, and I'm biased, but my sister is a singer. Rosé is a singer.
She is.
I know she's gonna do it, and I'm excited to watch her do it.
You sing together with her all the time. What do you like about Rosé's voice?
Rosé has the most developed ear. All of our harmonies and arrangements, we all have like pretty good ears, but Rosé can just pick apart the most beautiful harmonies and just really create something so whimsical and beautiful and easy to listen to.
And somebody as like type A as her, you know that it's like laser precision.
It looks like Dance Dance Revolution in her mind when she's hitting the notes. It's like bump, bump, bump. Like she knows where it's going.
Would you say that you also live for social media?
I love social media, and it's fun to connect with people on there. I'm kind of gagged that we're turning it into a Rusical though. I'm like, this is like, there's so many things I can think of a Rusical. The last thing that I ever would think of to be a Rusical is one based off of social media. And I'm gagged about it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Yeah, it's pretty fierce. Like, social media could be your best friend or like your worst enemy. So the queens begin to pick roles, and it got a little tense because some of the queens wanted the same parts. Alexa, play Same Parts by Tatiana.
People at the party, and I'm wanting to dance.
Which led to Rosé and Denali literally auditioning for the same role that they both wanted. What did you think of the entire moment, Janice?
Mama, this was a gag. I could not believe I was taken to Pearl Studios' final callback moment. Like, I was shaken. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this on the show. And I was just gagged at Rosé's commentary being like, well, Foxy would do this, so I'm gonna go first. And I could not believe it. I literally was like, this is the gayest thing I've ever scene. It's all of these drag queens in a room and they are auditioning for a role to play in wigs.
Hysterical. It was very chorus line energy. Like, I really need this job. It was that.
100%. 100%.
Denali was not thrilled, to say the least. I will say, Denali's audition was pretty good though, don't you think?
I was gagged. I could not believe that she could like really keep the pitch. It sounded good. I know Denali's a fierce dancer, but I didn't know any of her vocal ability. And so to hear her like really do the damn thing, I was like, all right, girl, like good for you.
So as the queens start to learn their parts, they get an extra special video drop-in from Anne Hathaway. What a gag. What did you think of that?
Could not believe it. Princess Diaries is one of my favorite movies on the face of this earth. Les Mis, Devil Wears Prada. Could not believe they were having a Zoom conversation with the Anne Hathaway.
Completely. And she said something that I will carry with me forever. She was the 9th choice for Devil Wears Prada.
Who else was up for it?
Well, I was the 8th choice.
Why did you turn it down?
I had a conflict. So next up, the queens joined Miss Seduction herself, Michelle Visage, to record their tracks. As someone who has recorded with Michelle before, tell the audience what the experience is like.
It's like the glimpse behind the curtain of Oz, because normally they're on the stage and you're trying to talk to them and like get a gauge of, you know, how they're feeling about you. And then she's right there and she's like, oh no, mama, like sing. Like, I want to hear you do this. She's so much fun and it actually feels really lovely and relaxing.
If anybody has never like YouTubed Michelle singing, Google her her singing Oh Holy Night. It's over. Michelle
Gorgeous.
just sings like an angel. If a queen is not a singer, like Simone for example, what's the secret to prevent yourself from landing in the bottom?
I think if you're not a singer, you need to give it a character. You need to give it life and make it funny. Take the character from off the page and do something crazy with it. And just make it funny.
I think of like Katya in season 7. There was like a spoof musical challenge. She doesn't sing a lick.
No.
But she just made her part like a nasty comedic character and like murdered. Next, the queens joined Jamal Sims for choreography. Jan, which queen's choreo looked the most fun to you?
Honestly, Utica's looks really fun. Rosé's looks really fun. I love that Utica Jamal's like, hey Utica, so we're gonna do like Hamilton choreography for this, and she's fully doing Pirates of Penzance.
Girl.
Like, I gagged. I was like, Jamal, what are you doing right now? I was like, this is sickening fierce choreography that you would see at Broadway Dance Center. But honey, Utica is just like, woo, I'm kooky.
Right.
And go off.
I have to say, I know it doesn't matter. Jamal Sims is aging in reverse. He kind of looks hotter and more beautiful every time he comes on a season.
He's the Benjamin Button of Drag Race.
Him with that shirt open, excuse me, like all chest, and you want people to focus? Not helpful. He should be in a turtleneck. Before the performance, we spend a moment talking about Candy's viral moment with sitting alone in the VIP. Were you familiar with the meme?
I am familiar with the meme. I participated in the meme.
I love that Candy has a sense of humor about it, because when she posted that earnestly, it was the funniest thing I'd ever read.
That's why I love Candy. She's just so funny.
She's is so funny.
Hysterical. She's hysterical. Like, this industry is so lonely. Who else? Who else could say that?
I'm also thinking, aren't you a New Yorker? What bar are you in that has a bunch of extra space? I've never been to a New York gay bar that has an empty area.
Literally, it's like not even a dressing room. It's not even like, it's the stage. She's on the stage, and that's where she felt lonely.
Can we do an all alone in the VIP pose right now? We also learned that Tina Burner was in a relationship with the legendary Graham Norton. Did you know about that? What'd you think of that?
I love it. I love that it's been brought to light.
I love a May-December romance.
I could not get over the fact that they have all the pictures. Tina's hair is bleached. She has that spiky, NSYNC Backstreet Boys hair, and she's like, me and Graham, and I just could not believe it.
As far as exes go, that's a cool ex to have. Jan, who's your celebrity crush?
I love Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians and many other movies. He's my celebrity crush. He's so sexy. What about you?
My like eternal one is Paul Rudd, but I also love Jesse Eisenberg. Just any assorted Jew.
Love it.
So we finally get to social media, the unverified Rusical. Jan, as a Rusical enthusiast, what did you think?
I thought that it was really, really good. Again, it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. I just could not believe all of the like weird niche references that they threw into it. First of all, justice for MySpace. Because if we're gonna sit here and say that Facebook started this all, that is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, where's my top 8?
When RuPaul talks about your chosen family, he means Tom from MySpace.
I thought it was really clever. I loved that they had characters from musical theater shows and songs from musical theater shows, like in a really referential way where they were actually these characters. Like Tina as Liza in Cabaret, genius.
So who stood out in a good way in the Rusical for you?
I think Rosé definitely did. When Rosé was coming out for her solo moment, and I'm not trying to be biased here, but when she came out, it just felt like everything in the room stopped and she just had that moment of complete stardom. Honestly, personal opinion, I thought Tina did well as well. I know that
Girl, me too. All her critiques, I'm like, she was amazing.
She was great. And the fact that they're harping on the one thing that she did at the end, I'm like, she had more in this Rusical than anybody else by far. And then she had to get on the floor. She had to do what Anne Hathaway told her, which was to make as much noise as you can when you're dying. But she can't make as much noise when she's dying because it's already recorded. And like, yeah, did she not lip sync that last quarter note of the bar? Sure, I'll give them that. But let's not take away from the fact that she really was in character for the entire production.
Tina did so good. People not getting enough credit for Rusicals on this show? No, this was the first time this season where I really disagreed with the judges. I wish I would have been in the room. If I would have been a cameraman, I would have powered it down and said, excuse me, that woman served. And I have to ask, Jan, who struggled?
I have to say, I thought Simone struggled. Personally, I thought that Elliott struggled, but not in a way that I thought it was Elliott's fault. I was just like, I can't connect with this character. But again, it is about character choice, and you need to kind of know if it's going to be good when you listen to it.
Jan, what did you think about the Russian duo, Mick and Denali?
The two of them together were a dynamic duo, literally the flotsam and jetsam of our dreams. Cast them now. I loved it. So good.
Yeah, it was a serve. I mean, honestly, those wouldn't be parts I would like scramble to get, but they made them really good. It's runway time, Jan, and the category is yellow, gorgeous. Jan, do you like the color yellow?
Hey.
You do?
Least favorite color. You will never see me in yellow. It's just not my favorite color. On me. I hate wearing it like on me.
I love yellow. I love it. I love it. But I also think yellow on blondes, it's a really good, easy combo. So let's go through these looks. Jan, what do you think of Tina?
I think that this is one of Tina's best looks. I thought that she looked awesome on the runway. I thought everything fit. I love the concept. It wasn't too much. Everything was just tailored to her body. I loved the little reveal.
I'd say this is her best runway of the season.
1000% agree.
Congratulations. We shouldn't applaud people like that's so patronizing. I didn't mean it that way. But this is a runway where I was like, finally, I love this. All right, up next we have the host of RuPaul's Drag Race, Olivia Lux. What'd you think?
She's giving me RuPaul silhouette. I mean, she looks gorgeous.
I normally do not turn up for just like nice dresses. This was so hot.
I thought she looked beautiful. I
Beautiful.
mean, Olivia looks gorgeous in so many, in literally anything that she does. And so I loved it.
Jan, what do you think of Simone?
I loved this look from Simone. I thought it was super chic. Simone just knows how to put together an ensemble. The jacket with the suspenders, with the hair, she looked beautiful.
That hair was so cool. That like yellow hair with the two them is so cool. Jan, what do you think of Utica?
With Utica, I'm a little in the middle with this look. I appreciate the concept because I love a concept for the runway. But for me, it just wasn't my favorite look of the night. Like, do I think it was bad? No. I loved the hair.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And I like tartan in general, but it wasn't my favorite look. Jan, what'd you think of Candy?
I loved Candy's look. I love the reference. I love that she put like the daisies from when Beyonce was pregnant to having the hold up lemonade dress. I liked it. I think that she looked really good. I thought that her makeup looked really, really pretty.
Her makeup was so beautiful this week. I have to say, very hit or miss this season, but when it's a hit, it's like amazing. Her makeup artistry is amazing. Jan, what'd you think of Elliot with 2 T's?
I liked Elliot's look. I mean, again, we have 2 taxis. I personally liked Tina's better.
Really?
I did, yeah. Both of them were good. The one thing that I can appreciate about Elliot is that I always think that she does look head to toe, and I thought that this look was good.
Yeah, I really liked this look on Elliot. I think this is one of my favorite Elliot looks of the season. I think she looked really pretty, and I think it was a more successful taxi look because it felt chic and sexy. And I guess for Tina's, it was like, I get it's campier, but I preferred this interpretation. Jan, your sis Rosé, what did you think?
I'll be totally honest, not my favorite look of Rosé's.
Rosé's watching this and she just chucked her MacBook across the room when you said that.
I know, Rosé, I know loves the mask. I know she loves Jim Carrey. And I'm happy that she got to portray something that is near and dear to her heart because I really feel like she is she is a Jim Carrey of drag. And so I loved to see this look and to see her doing something campy and whimsical like that was cool for me.
It was a serve, and maybe I'm colorblind. It looked yellow to me, Michelle.
1000%.
Michelle sitting 40 feet away behind plexiglass with 2 packs of lashes on, being like, is that yellow? What'd you think of Miss Denali? Ow!
I loved it. I thought that it was such a great reference to do Brittany Snake from Slay For You. Like, go off. You are so, so, so queer, and the kids are gonna live. It was really, really, really good.
I'm real happy for you, and I'm gonna let you finish. I love the headpiece. I want Denali to wear a corset. Why doesn't she ever wear, like the waist, it never nips in. It's an hourglass that you could turn over and the Sam will go in 5 minutes. And maybe I have like drag body dysmorphia, but I'm like, can we just get a...
Totally, I get what you're saying. I mean,
you're seated on a Zoom call and you have a corset on. Look at the material, folks. What did you think of Gottmik? But before you say anything, I have to say, I loved it.
Keep going.
It was so good. It was yellow. It was weird. It was artsy. She looked beautiful but cool. And I mean, like, again, telling a story on the runway, a crash dummy come to life, you better work.
My jaw dropped. I was truly like, could not believe. This is one of my favorite looks of the entire season. Mick is serving.
It's amazing. And like that crash dummy look, I'm like, finally an outfit I can safely drink in, you know? All right, Jen, what was your favorite look?
My favorite look was Mick's, for sure. Close runner-ups, I really loved Rosé's, and I really loved Tina's. I would say that those are probably my top 3.
Mick was amazing. However, Olivia owns my whole titties and ass. It was so beautiful. Like if I was dead, if I was flatlining, they could have probably brought that look in on an iPad and put it in front of my face and I would have like, clear, like come back to life.
I get it.
We love everyone. Jan, who was your least favorite look? Do you want to say Rosé again?
Like, you know, it wasn't my favorite. No, I think my least favorite look, I forget.
Girl, I'm with you. I don't have a least favorite look this week because I thought they were all pretty good.
Right, that's the thing. It's like there wasn't a standout bad look. There wasn't a complete fail on the runway this week. So picking my least favorite is hard.
After the judges' critiques, we find out the winner is Rosé. Were you proud?
The winner is Rosé! I live. I truly teared up a little bit because I am just so proud of her. It's like seeing one of your best friends live out their dreams.
But in the bottom, sadly, we have Simone and Candy Muse. Do you agree with the bottom 2?
Yeah, I think I do, unfortunately, just because of like little technical issues, and I totally understand the judges' critiques of why they were, and it did make sense.
So Simone and Candy lip sync to Boss by Fifth Harmony. What did you think of the lip sync?
This lip sync was everything. I think Simone is completely radiant when she is performing on stage, but I have to tell you, Candy lit it up for me from the second that the music started playing. I loved this performance from both of them.
Yeah, and it's rare that you get a song like this perfectly matched for both performers. We were like, both these hoes are about to turn it out. So Simone wins the lip sync and Candy starts to walk away and Ru calls her back and decides to keep Candy in the competition. What do you think of this moment, girl?
Started crying.
You started crying?
I really thought that Candy was kicking the bucket going home. And then, like, out of nowhere, I was kind of just like, I didn't start crying until Candy started, like, I mean, I'm not bawling like Candy was, but like, I started to cheer because I was like, oh my God, like, I don't think people realize like how much this means to people.
There's no way humans, you at home, can imagine what this means to us, how high the stakes are. It's the biggest disappointment of your life when you lose Drag Race.
When she fell to the ground, I was like, I get it. I get it.
I know, and I'll say this, if I was those other girls, I'd be mad, bitch. This is her second time lip syncing, and she just lost. And then she gets another chance because I would be like,
Totally. She, like, I would be furious if I was the other girls.
Jan, thank you so much for joining me here on the pit stop today. I can't think of a better queen to talk about with the Rusical.
Thanks, Diva. It's amazing to be here, an honor. Thanks for having me, and have fun with the rest of the season. I can't wait to keep watching.
And thank you for watching the pit stop. Join me in 2 weeks, we have a week off, for episode 9 of season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Goodbye. I'll tell you this, girl. I just added Olivia to my PR list for Trixie Cosmetics, and I had to get her real name. I'm just gonna say she has a very funny old man name, and she sent me her address and said, please don't laugh at my first name.
It's Frank, isn't it?
It's Fred. Olivia's name is Fred.
Even better. Oh,
Me and
my
Katya
God.
are both named Brian, so there's always comedy in boy names.
I'm Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Charles in the studio today. Hi, Charles and Brian recapping Fred's Drag Race.
Look over here. The Drag Race YouTube channel is always bringing amazing content, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing.